Hi, and welcome back. In our previous video, we explored how new habits are created. It all starts out with awareness, followed by choice, resulting in change. In this video, I will share a technique with you that has helped me become a better leader over time. That technique is called Do, Lead, Coach. And in order to do it, we will run a simple exercise. So pause this video for a moment and download the document that we have shared below this video. Now that you have downloaded the document, you can see that we have multiple columns in this spreadsheet. Starting out on the far left, it's all about the responsibilities and the tasks, the activities that you do on a daily basis. Next to it, you can determine whether you're currently doing those things yourself, whether you're leading those things, or whether you're coaching those things. What do we mean by these three terms? Do symbolizes the expert leadership mindset. It's two things. Either you do them yourself, or you give very clear instructions what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. Lead symbolizes the achiever leadership mindset, where you lead someone else doing something. So you tell them what to do, but you give them freedom and decision-making authority with regards to how. Finally, coach is when you really delegate decision-making authority, both in terms of what and how, to other people. What I want you to do next is to think about your desired approach. Maybe something that you're doing today, you want to lead in the future. Or something that you're leading today, you want to coach in the future. So you have the status quo on the one hand side and the desired approach on the other hand. Finally, think about cues and triggers that can help you remember to make that conscious choice, to change your habits. Let me give you an example on how this worked for me. I learned about this technique almost 5 years ago in one of my workshops with Pete Behrens. After Pete had shared the Do, Lead, Coach approach with us, what I wanted to do in the future in order to become a better leader was to actually apply this framework of do, lead, and coach on a daily basis. So I thought long and hard, how can I remind myself to consciously make that decision with every task that I receive? Then I looked at my existing habits. Most of my tasks, most of my to-dos, I would get through my email inbox. So emails coming in resulted in tasks and to-dos that I had to deliver. My habit back then was to categorize each to-do in 3 buckets. Bucket number 1, today. Bucket number 2, this week. And bucket number 3, later. So my habit was to categorize incoming to-dos based on their urgency, based on the time they needed to be done. I realized that I could simply take that existing habit and slightly shift it to make sure that I remember to constantly ask myself the question of do, lead, and coach. The trigger was still the incoming email. But now I replaced those 3 buckets, and instead of today, this week, and later, I replaced them by do, lead, and coach. So every new email that came in, I had to now categorize because that was my existing habit. But I didn't have the previous folders, so I put them into different categories. In addition to that, I had a sticky note at my desktop which stated, why you? So for everything I put in the do bucket, I had to answer the question, why do I necessarily have to do it myself? Is it because my team members lack the information? Is it because they lack the skills? Whatever it is something that I can get working on so that in the future I don't have to do it myself. Further, on a weekly basis, later, starting actually on a daily basis, I ran retrospectives for myself. So at the end of every day, I took 5 minutes, and it doesn't take more than those 5 minutes. I asked myself, did I make the right choices? And how do I have to change things in order to be able to delegate more and more to the people in my team? Now, one question that leaders ask me a lot is, what if I delegate everything to my team members? Do I not become redundant? Not necessarily. My response to them is always, look at all the things that you have in your backlog, but currently you don't get to do them because you're too busy doing all the work that you're doing right now. Imagine you're able to address those things in your backlog. Wouldn't you be better off? Wouldn't the organization be better off? And wouldn't your employees, your team members be better off? Almost everyone says yes. It would be great if I can delegate more and more stuff. I would not become redundant, and as an organization, we would be able to work on much more interesting, much more impactful things. In our next few videos, I would share a few more tips and tricks, tools and techniques that can help you become a better leader. See you there.